Steve Chalke is the founder of Oasis Community Learning, which runs 53 schools. Steve, my nephew, affected by this, thought he had good grades, but not good enough because everybody seems to have good grades.
Well, I think that, good morning to both of you, first of all. What I would say is that educationists have defended this, Ofqual have defended this. The new boss of Ofqual has said the system's been robust. It's better than an exam system. Because what the system has done, this was the news yesterday, is it's looked at coursework, it's looked at the work that children have actually done, there's teacher assessment involved, and there's tests involved. So the new boss of Ofqual said this is a deeper dive, it's a more holistic look at the ability of children. So, what I would say is let's celebrate this success of children. We've had up until now, of course, as an exam system that fails 3 out of every 10 kids. 3 out of every 10 kids leave school believing that they're a failure. What this system has done is been able to look at their strengths. Perhaps the rest of our system needs to catch up. Do we want to continue with a system that just makes kids feel awful at the end of their school career? But instead, I think that we need to look at universities. What happened to polytechnics? What happened to technical education? Perhaps it's our whole educational system that needs looking at, not just these results and assessments.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, Steve, is for universities, all it means is that they have no way of differentiating between students. Everybody's done incredibly well. I mean, I feel really sorry for the increasingly small number of those who haven't done well because they haven't got a hope in hell, frankly, have they?
But exactly, Simon. That's the reality of this of what I'm pointing at. As you know, on any other day, we'd be having a discussion about, is our educational system fit for purpose? Why does it fail so many kids who then go on and slowly make a success of their lives, even though they left school believing they were failures? Why don't we believe in technical education? Why are the Germans so far ahead of us in terms of engineering, etc., etc.? What happened to all of those technical schools? Where did polytechnics go? Why did we in the 80s and 90s turn all of our polytechnics, teaching technical skills, into universities? What makes us think that going to university is the best way of qualifying for so many of the trades and professions that we have? What I'm saying is that we don't have a great educational system. Do you know, we are the only country in the developed world that continues with an old-fashioned system that is so committed simply to academics and nothing wider.
Good morning to you, Steve. Let's talk about something that is a concern, which is the disparity between girls and boys. Girls this time doing even better than boys. I mean, first of all, why is that? Secondly, how big of a concern is it, actually?
I think that's a huge concern, Kirsty. So why is it? Well, let me go back. Who are primary school teachers? Women and a few men, predominantly women. We run 32 primary schools, and men generally do not go into primary school education, as every man in primary school education will tell you. What impact does that have on children at a young age? Girls, many boys do brilliantly in education, as all three of us know. But I have 4 kids myself. My 2 girls did better in education than my 2 boys. Why is that? I think that we've got to look again holistically at our system and ask questions about it. Do you know the other thing, Kirsty, that's worth saying here? As again, I'm sure you know, employers constantly say that though we're producing people who are academically qualified to do jobs, they're not job ready. They're not employable. The CBS say that all the time. Why? Because we don't produce people with team skills. We don't produce people who can make things. We don't produce people who can problem solve. So this is Is this a wake-up call to look at our whole exam system rather than berate some kids who did well yesterday and tell them they're really not that good?
I mean, at your schools, what are you doing to try and address this?
We work very hard at these issues, but I guess, Simon, you've never read of any research that asks the question, what is the impact on children that our primary schools are mainly, perhaps 85% staffed by women? What are we doing to recruit more men into that profession? So we're looking, as a group of schools, we have 30,000 children in our schools, at that issue all the time. Then you've got to look at the diversity of the workforce in terms of race, haven't you? And as we again know, there are so few black school leaders in our country. So within our organisation, Simon, we've not got these things cracked, but we're working hard at them all at the time. We have something which we call Break the Cycle, which is working to offer leadership training to black graduates so that we get an increasing number of black leaders. We're pushing all of the time to get male leaders into our primary schools alongside women, because we're sure that these things make an impact on the kind of problem that Kirsty was posing.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.